A terrorist convoy crosses the desert. 3 vehicles, high-value targets, moving fast through remote terrain. No ground forces within 200 miles, no manned aircraft available. But 20,000 feet above, invisible and silent, an MQ-9 Reaper has been watching for 6 hours. The operator sits in a control station in Nevada, 7,000 miles away. He confirms the target, receives authorization, and squeezes the trigger. 16 seconds later, the convoy is eliminated. 0 American casualties. 0 collateral damage. The drone returns to station and continues its patrol. This is the reality of modern warfare. U.S. military drones have fundamentally changed how America projects power across the globe. They provide persistent surveillance, precision strikes, and intelligence gathering that was impossible just 2 decades ago. Welcome to Armed Insight. Today, we're breaking down how the United States military uses drones to maintain air dominance, eliminate threats, and gather intelligence in the most hostile environments on Earth. From massive surveillance platforms to tiny reconnaissance systems carried in a backpack, American drone technology is unmatched. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 5 categories of military drones, their real-world missions, and why drone warfare gives the U.S. an asymmetric advantage that adversaries can't counter. Let's dive in. The U.S. military operates hundreds of different drone systems, but they fall into 5 main categories based on size, capability, and mission. First, tactical drones. These are small, portable systems used at the squad and platoon level. The most common is the RQ-11 Raven, a hand-launched drone that weighs just 4 pounds. Soldiers toss it into the air like a paper airplane, and it provides real-time video of what's over the next hill or around the corner. Battery life is 60 to 90 minutes. Range is about 6 miles. Every infantry unit has them. They save lives by detecting ambushes and IEDs before troops walk into danger. Then there's the Puma and the Switchblade. The Puma is slightly larger, water-resistant, and can operate in harsh conditions. The Switchblade is what's called a loitering munition, a kamikaze drone. It flies to a target area, loiters overhead, and when the operator identifies a threat, it dives and detonates. It's a flying hand grenade with eyes. Extremely effective against enemy fighters in cover. Second, reconnaissance drones. The RQ-7 Shadow is the workhorse here. It's launched from a pneumatic catapult, flies for 6 hours, and provides intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, or ISR, for brigade-level operations. It's too big to carry, but it's mobile enough to deploy with ground forces. Thousands of hours of shadow flights have provided overwatch for U.S. and allied troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. Third, medium-altitude long-endurance drones, or HALE drones. This is where we get into serious capability. The MQ-1 Predator and its successor, the MQ-9 Reaper, are the faces of modern drone warfare. The Reaper can fly for over 24 hours, operate at altitudes up to 50,000 feet, and carry a weapons payload of nearly 4,000 pounds. Hellfire missiles, precision-guided bombs, you name it. The Reaper is a hunter-killer platform. It finds targets, tracks them, and eliminates them, all while being piloted from the other side of the planet. Fourth, high-altitude long-endurance drones, or HALE drones. The RQ-4 Global Hawk is the king here. It flies at 60,000 feet for over 30 hours, covering thousands of miles. It's essentially a satellite with wings. The sensors on a Global Hawk can see an entire country at once, tracking movements, detecting missile launches, monitoring communications. It's a strategic intelligence platform that provides real-time data to commanders across entire theaters of operation. Fifth, experimental and next-generation systems. The X-47B is a carrier-capable stealth drone that proved unmanned aircraft can take off and land on aircraft carriers autonomously. The MQ-25 Stingray is an aerial refueling drone that extends the range of carrier-based fighters. The Air Force is developing the XQ-58 Valkyist, a low-cost, high-performance combat drone designed to operate alongside manned fighters. These systems represent the future, AI-enhanced, networked, expendable in some cases, but incredibly lethal. Each category serves a different purpose, but together, they create a layered intelligence and strike capability that no other military can match. Let's talk about how these drones are actually used. Theory is one thing. Results are what matter. Counterterrorism. This is where drones made their name. After 9/11, the U.S. needed to strike terrorist leaders hiding in remote areas of Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia, and elsewhere. Traditional airstrikes required massive coordination, tanker support, and risked pilot lives. Drones changed the equation. A Predator or Reaper could orbit over a suspected compound for days, building a pattern of life, identifying targets, and striking at the optimal moment. Between 2004 and 2020, drone strikes eliminated thousands of high-value terrorists, including leaders of Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and the Taliban. These weren't carpet bombings. They were surgical strikes based on weeks of surveillance and intelligence fusion. Force protection. In Iraq and Afghanistan, U.S. convoys moving through hostile territory were constantly at risk of ambush and roadside bombs. Drones provided persistent overwatch. A Shadow or Predator could fly ahead of a convoy, scanning roads for IEDs, watching rooftops for snipers, and alerting ground forces to threats before they materialized. Commanders could see the battlefield from above in real time. If contact occurred, the drone was already on station, providing targeting data for artillery or close air support. Strategic reconnaissance. The Global Hawk has been used extensively to monitor North Korea's nuclear facilities, track Russian military movements, and surveil Chinese island building in the South China Sea. It operates where manned aircraft can't go safely. Its sensors are so advanced that it can detect the heat signature of a vehicle from 60,000 feet, distinguish between military and civilian activity, and transmit that data instantly to intelligence analysts worldwide. This kind of persistent surveillance creates a permanent eye in the sky that adversaries can't escape. Signals intelligence. Drones don't just carry cameras. They carry electronic warfare suites that intercept communications, jam enemy radars, and map electronic signatures. During operations against ISIS, drones map the entire communications network of the caliphate, identifying command nodes, tracking leadership movements through their phone signals, and enabling precise strikes that decapitated the organization. Combat support. The MQ-25 Stingray is revolutionizing carrier operations. Previously, manned tankers like the F-18 Super Hornet had to be used for aerial refueling, taking valuable fighters off strike missions. The Stingray is autonomous. It takes off from the carrier, flies to a refueling point, tops off fighters, and returns. This extends the combat radius of carrier air wings by hundreds of miles, allowing them to strike targets deeper inland without forward basing. And then there's Ukraine. Since 2022, the U.S. has provided Ukraine with tactical drones and intelligence from larger systems. Ukrainian forces have used these to devastating effect, destroying Russian tanks, artillery, and command posts. Drones provide a force multiplier for smaller militaries facing larger adversaries. The lessons learned in Ukraine are shaping the next generation of U.S. drone doctrine. These aren't video games. These are real missions with real strategic consequences. Drones have enabled the U.S. to project power without risking large numbers of troops, and that's a capability no adversary can ignore. So why are drones so effective? What makes them a strategic game changer? The Iron Birds don't sleep. They don't get tired. They don't hesitate. And as technology advances, they're only becoming more capable, more autonomous, and more lethal. Thanks for watching Armed Insight. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the technology and tactics that keep America's military the most powerful on Earth. What should we cover next? The future of hypersonic weapons, aircraft carrier strike groups, cyber warfare capabilities? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed, stay powerful.